Welcome to Down the Sideline, the show where the biggest stories in rugby league are put under the microscope. And nothing is off limits. No safe takes, no fence sitting. Just real opinions on the teams, the players, and the moments that drive this sport forward. From form slumps to finals contenders, from origin debates to the stories shaping the game, we're across it all. And we almost never agree. Hosted by Tim Micallef, Adrian Manka, and David Bolderman. This is Down the Sideline.
Yeah, it's that podcast that thinks it knows the top 8. Well, I think I've known for a couple of weeks, but who knows? This is the Down the Sideline podcast, rugby league through the lens of media, market share, business, and how we win overall. If you want to be a legend, just give us a like if you're enjoying this show as we slowly build this thing up and work out what we're doing. We're live in the, I was going to say the studio, but really from my apartment. Tonight we're going to talk top 8, AI models. Adrian and Tim have got their own picks, who finishes where. We look at positions and points. I am no doubt going to crow about the Sharks. Tim will try and manage our expectations on the Roosters as the new title favourites or title favourites. We chat Seagulls slide and can they bounce back versus the Sharkies? Poor Tigers. Tigers again. Tim, let us know what the Storm's worth. I don't think I necessarily briefed you on that. And Adrian, you're going to have to fire up about the officiating. Boys, welcome. Adrian, you lost.
We did lose. Yep. Well done to the Sharks. We lost, but South lost. Manly lost.
They all lost.
Cowboys lost. Dolphins won.
Yeah, but you're out of the top 4.
Yeah, but I think you were right. Last week you were pretty confident top 4 was set.
I was right.
I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah. But disappointing. But Ponga kicks a few goals. It's a different story.
Yeah, Sharks take the 2, though, when they needed to.
True.
If he kicks a couple of those goals. Geez, the Sharks are not taking the 2.
No.
Goodness.
You murdered a few chances.
Yeah, they just catch the freaking ball.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got to catch the ball, Tim, don't you?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Yeah,
It's part of the game.
Or kick it.
Kick it, control it,
Kick,
take a hit up.
Score more points.
It's not a question. Yeah, you have to catch the ball.
Well, yes. Remarking, of course, on the Shark just not catching the ball.
You're crowing a little bit. So
Oh,
you're holding
man.
back. I know.
There's a bit of excitement in you at the
I
moment.
told you. I told you the Sharks
Should
would
we
win.
just start from there?
No,
Are you happy?
Yeah, of course I am.
Good.
You got to be happy with where you are on the table.
I agree.
I am.
Having said that, you thought that you would be minor premiers
There's still a
I
chance.
did.
because
There's
of
still
your
a-
draw.
There's still a chance.
I did.
They are a chance, but because of their draw, he
I
thought
did. All
they
right,
would be minor premiers.
Let's
Are
bring
they,
it up.
are they going as good as you think?
Well, let's just bring up the current ladder right now,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so, and go me for getting the views of this stuff. And we've got it set up so that the boys can see the view. And I'm even going to change the camera for them. There we go, so you can see the boys. Now, Panthers on 32 points, lead the competition from the Warriors on 30 and the Roosters on 30. Sharks are on 28. The Dolphins 26, Knights 26, Rabbitohs 24, Cowboys 24, down to the Seagulls and the Bulldogs on 22 points. Now, if you recall, I was very upset when the Sharks lost to the Panthers this season. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I said at the time, that match is going to come back and bite us. And if we'd have beaten the Panthers, we'd have well and truly been in it. We'd have all been, the top 4 would have all been tied for first. So that is going to come back and bite us in the butt. And the reason why I draw the picture around the top 4, and maybe it's the top 3, is no team in the NRL era has won outside the top 4. So it really is pretty important. I think it's back to the Bulldogs in 1995, I think it is, before a team's won outside the top 4.
I think eventually a team will win outside the top 4.
Eventually.
Didn't Newcastle win in 97 outside the top 4?
No.
Or in the top 4?
No.
No, they were like 3rd or something.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
They're a good team. So that is the current top 8 as we see it right now. Let me just press.
Do you think Penrith could not get the minor premiership?
Well, we're going to go through that.
Okay.
I've got the odds on
There's a chance.
all the different models. So let's just go through it right now. I guess we're going to start with that. We'll get to the other stuff later. Now, if you do find us live and you want to leave us a comment, you can do so. Leave us a comment, and then we'll bring it up on screen like that one right now, which is not a live comment. So leave us a comment if you want to have your commentary and what you think is going to happen. All right. So first data point that I've got for us, gang, is the traditional ladder finishing points based on number of points that teams have finished on in the past. So this is the past 3 seasons. I've only gone back 3 seasons because we've had 3 seasons of the Dolphins. So traditionally, 42 points or 44 points has been enough to guarantee you first. So if you get to 44 points, you win. If you get to 38 points, that has traditionally been enough to be guaranteed fourth position. So 38's a key cutoff. 38's an important number. And then the third number you want to think about is 32. So 32 has traditionally guaranteed you eighth position. Now, the boys have gone through and done their own predictions, and I can confirm that they're going to push some of these boundaries this time with these numbers. But it's interesting to think about, all right, well, how many points do I have to get to? And then when you go back and look at the current ladder again, and we look at it through the lens of, all right, well, what are the numbers 44, 38, and 32? You can see the Sharks, Roosters, Warriors, and Panthers are pretty much assured that they're going to get to the 38 points. The Sharks have got a very weak draw of the last 7 matches, 5 of them pretty gimmies.
You know, you just put a mocker on them.
Nah, they may not lose a match.
Yeah.
You don't reckon they'll lose a match?
They may not lose a match.
So Adrian and I did the ladder predictor.
I think it's pretty much this, isn't it?
I was going to say,
Yeah.
interestingly, it's exactly this top 8. Even when we went through game by game, this is what we came out with as a top 8.
So mathematically, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, everyone bar the Dragons and Titans can still make the 8, but they have to win every game.
Well, so the Eels, there are 7 matches left.
Yeah.
So if the Eels win 7 matches, that's
Yep.
14 points.
Yep.
That would take them from 18 to 32. That would be
Which is
enough,
the magic number.
which is the magic number. All right, so let's go look at this. So I've gone and pulled out what are the key matches that are left. So this might make Timmy a little bit nervous because the Roosters.
Yeah, we're in a lot of them.
Yeah, they're in a lot. They're in a lot of them.
No, we are.
They're in a lot of them. So
We are.
So we've got
Yeah.
another down the sideline bowl this weekend with the Knights versus the Roosters.
But I feel like you want to be in those games because iron sharpens iron and it gets you ready for the finals.
It also means that you're taking points off your rivals.
Exactly right. And you're just getting ready for, because you know those contests are going to be hard fought. Wouldn't you rather a harder battle rather than a soft draw into the finals? Sharks soft draw, Roosters not.
Well,
Who do you
traditionally,
prefer?
Sharks have had soft draws in the past and not done so well. So
I'd rather us just pick up the wins and just get into the top 4. But
I think you want to mix.
you want to be tested, and we haven't been for a little bit. We're the only team with 4 wins in a row at the moment, undefeated record.
Everyone's forgetting that the Sharks lost to the Roosters a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
And we weren't good enough against the Roosters.
Yeah.
The Roosters were better.
Exactly right. They'll look. Knights, Roosters. I've actually got the Knights to win that because I
Yeah,
think
but
they'll be
that's just
desperate.
Tim bloody managing.
No, they'll be desperate.
I
But then
think-
you got Cows, Roosters. Roosters will win that. What's the other ones we got there? Roosters. I think the Panthers will beat us. Then you've got the Roosters, Dolphins. We'll beat the Dolphins, and then Chooks
See,
will beat the
I
Rabbits.
reckon 24 Panthers, Roosters
Yeah, the Roosters.
could be grand final preview. And I think
The
if-
Roosters
I
are on
think
this
if it's-
5 times.
I think it's 1-2 in the ladder. The intensity of that game is going to be off the charts because you guys would just be like knowing that you're very likely to meet again in the grand final. And if you're Robbo, this is the perfect test before the finals.
You notice the Cowboys are only there once.
I don't think that
Really?
They're only there in round 22 versus
So
the
soft
Roosters.
draw.
Soft draw.
Yeah, that's why we've got them.
That's
yeah,
why.
Yeah, we
That's
gotta be
that's
done.
why they
I
stalled back.
don't think the Roosters will take it as seriously as you think, Adrian. I think they'll save it for the finals.
I think every game you got to.
Well, it depends. It depends what their performance is from round 21, 22, 23, etc.
I'm just hoping East have the second gear that they've had in the past come finals, but I think we'll make the 4.
All right. Well, let's go on to the next slide on this journey
Yeah, I
that I'm
think they'll
taking you
make- I
through.
think
So
they'll
the
make
minor
the 4.
premiership odds based on who's most likely to finish first, based on
Jesus.
So based on what they're seeing on the predicted outcomes, based on the remaining matches, is the Panthers are almost certainties, according to my AI model, of being the minor premier.
Are they the AI odds? Or?
Yeah, they're the AI odds.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what my model has
I was
gone.
going to say, I'd
with.
take 44-1 on the Roosters. Being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
They're only got
Even the
they're only
Sharks,
what,
121 bucks.
a game in.
Yeah,
game in
they
hand.
one ahead.
Yeah,
yeah, they're one ahead, but they've also got the for and against ahead.
true.
So this is what's saying is fair odds.
How
So
many? How many?
If
minor-
you can get the Roosters at $44, it's worth taking. If you can only get them at $20, don't do it.
no betting show's going to do. No betting company's going to do those stupid odds. His team's going to have a look
Should we
now.
have a look?
How many minor premierships Penrith won over the last 6 years?
Couple.
Jesus.
Couple. Tim will look that up on his phone whilst he's also
Pretty
checking out the
decent.
gambling. So look,
I'm surprised the Dolphins are still a smoky chance.
3,500 to
Well,
1.
0.03. They're not completely out. They're like 0.
Yeah, no, they're out. Mate, the Panthers are winning the minor
Yeah,
premiership,
true.
so that's done.
True.
All right, so the Panthers. Does anyone disagree with us that the Panthers aren't winning the minor premiership? I don't think anyone.
So minor premiership odds are $1.17 for Penrith,
Okay, it's pretty close.
$9.50 for the Roosters. So that 44 to 1 makes it a bad bet.
Warriors?
$11 for the Warriors, 23 for the Sharks.
So they're all bad bets.
Oh well, according to this, yeah.
Yeah, they're all bad. Well, that would make sense. Okay, on to the next. So then you've got who finishes second. So the Warriors are favoured on the AI model to finish second with a 51% probability of finishing second. The Sharks and then the Roosters below the Sharks, Timmy. That shit's just crap draw, isn't it?
See, I don't think outside of 1, I don't think 2, 3, and 4 settled. I think anything.
No,
can
they're not
happen.
settled.
Well, we had the same top 4. You and I, Adrian. We had Cronulla, Roosters. And
You had Cronulla higher than Roosters. You had Cronulla second.
Yeah, I had Cronulla second.
Soft draw.
Soft draw.
Soft draw.
Yeah, but Tim's not doing a Boldo of just saying, yeah, we're going to win every match between now and the end of the
No,
season.
but to be fair, he tipped Newcastle this weekend. In his
I did
predictor.
in my predictor. I thought Newcastle would be more desperate this weekend.
Which could go 2 ways that game.
No, the Roosters will do them.
Oh, yeah, probably by a lot.
Well, look. I'm going with, I wanted to be really honest and I didn't want to put any bias into it. And I think Cronulla should finish second based on their draw, regardless of, how we've done picking each way. Then you've got, I think New Zealand will fall off a little bit, which is why I've got them
But
in
back
fourth.
to the matches. The Warriors don't have that many matches on this board.
I know. I just think that back end of the year.
They got the Panthers
At home?
at home. Then they've got the Rabbitohs away and they've got the Seagulls away. They could win all of them.
I just think back end of the year they're going to slide a little bit. I don't know why. It's gut feel. I got you guys coming second. I've got Roosters coming third.
Oh, well, we'll get to
Warriors
we'll show you your list in a minute. We'll get to that. All right. So that's the numbers on who finishes second. Then the AI model then predicts basically the top 4 that you boys landed on. And quite frankly, it doesn't see anyone breaking into the top 4. So it sees Panthers, Warriors, Sharks, Roosters.
Which I agree.
So the Dolphins.
Yeah. Look, if Qatar was coming back earlier for the Dolphins,
Then
I'd give
maybe.
them,
Yeah, then maybe.
I still think the Warriors being top 4 this year is an excellent result.
That's a great result.
Great
for them.
result for that
Yeah,
fan
great
base.
result.
They still don't have good halves.
What's wrong with Metcalf?
Is Metcalf playing yet?
No, he's not playing yet.
He's not
He's
playing.
floating around the.
I reckon they're going to inject him into the finals.
They're just making sure he's right.
I think so.
Yeah, making sure.
Which
he's,
that
Is
could
he still
help.
injured or is he just
he's
out of favour?
He's just
Fitness probably.
fitness and just making sure he's
skills.
right.
I reckon he could be a difference maker in the finals.
All right. So then we have the top 8 odds, which I'll make bigger for you guys here. And it pretty much rules out everyone other than the Seagulls breaking in as well.
The Seagulls have a lot of games against the teams in the top 8 now, where if they jag those games, like against the Sharks, like against Newcastle in a couple of weeks' time, they're a chance. If they win those 2 games,
59.9% probability according to our model.
the team for me that can fall out is the Cowboys.
Even though their draws soft top team.
Mate, you do not know what you get with that club.
They can.
Every single week, you have no idea. They could
that's
be playing. They could be playing Penrith
And win.
and win, and then they could be playing the Dragons and get beaten by 50. They're just a bizarre team.
Souths are the other one that could drop out.
Yeah, well, with injuries.
Yeah. And they've been really poor. When they've been poor Souths, they've been really poor. They were horrible against Canberra.
I just think
in that
under
first
Bennett
half.
though, they'll sort of click. And,
All
Yeah,
right,
but
well,
I
let's-
reckon again, they're without Latrell and their halves are a bit weak.
When's the trail back?
Oh, I don't know.
Can't be far.
I think it's a few weeks still.
Okay.
All right, so let's go through Adrian's top 8 finals predictor on screen. So Adrian predicts an all-time high Panthers 46 points.
Why
Is
not
that,
break?
is that the highest points?
Yeah,
ever?
so the minor premier's
why
highest
not-
has been 44.
Why not break the record of being the best team in?
Well, it'll be the
in our
highest. It'll be the
generation?
highest score since there've been 17 teams.
Good on him. Another
Okay.
tick for Cleary in his
So then you've got Warriors
Yeah.
second on 42, Sharks and Roosters equal on 40. Then you have the Dolphins missing
See,
out.
I reckon that first round of the top 4 finals are crackers. You've got Panthers, Roosters, iconic. They played at Parramatta Stadium or they played at Allianz. Warriors, Sharks, where you beat the Warriors. Remember with what's his name, the field goal.
Yep.
So classic again. Dolphins, I think to Tim's point, if they had Katoa, they're probably pressing for that top 4, but they'll get a home final and that'll be their first finals since being in the comp, which I
That's
think is a
uncool.
huge achievement. And then you got Newcastle with a home final, which Tim and I were chatting about it today.
Knights versus the Cowboys.
Need a home final for Newcastle because then it can get us into the second week and
But
then
then you've
anything
got
happens.
the Storm missing out on for and against.
I do.
Is that right? Let's go check that for and against.
It didn't put for and against in, so it was just based
Well,
on
because the for and against is based on the current for and
correct.
against. Because I was going to say, like the Roosters and the Sharks, we're both the same. We said, oh, not in this one.
Yeah, current difference. The Sharks are on.
But the Roosters could flog someone, and all of
True.
a sudden,
yeah, well, the
they're
Sharks
ahead of
flogging the Sharks flogging the Dolphins made an enormous difference.
it did.
So what
There you
would you have? Storm minus 10. Who? Yeah,
South for 76.
But so that's the thing. You
Yeah,
could get
well, then
you
that's
could-
enough.
Third and fourth could change.
Yeah.
that's enough.
Who do you have?
Let's go back down to Adrian's one. Here we go.
I think you had the Sea Eagles a bit close. I think 9th, Tim, and we'll go to yours in a second.
We'll go to that in a
And
second.
Storm in yours.
So Storm missing out on for and against.
Yeah,
That's
I think it's perfect because you know what? They've never missed the finals with Bellamy. Imagine if they miss it on for and against. But to be fair, we'll get to that Roosters game, but that was a horrible game to watch.
Broncos 15th. You don't sound like they're winning any more games, do you?
I think if they lose this weekend, the sale is well and truly gone.
I took a different approach to mine. I thought if the Broncos lose, the shackles come off and they just start playing footy.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon they start-
And they could win 4 of their last 6 matches.
Exactly
or
right.
something.
That's where I'm.
I think they
going
start
with it.
thinking of Bali.
Nah, yeah, but even when they're thinking of Bali, they're still going to play some better footy.
All right. So now for the real predictions. This is Tim's.
Yeah, finally some real sense.
All right, Tim,
Adrian.
take us through what you got.
Mate, he's got Storm the same position as me.
Missing out on the Rabbitohs on for and against.
And he's like some real, it's pretty much the same.
I even have the Broncos
and the
on the
Broncos
same.
are the same. What are you watching, mate? Oh, having a crack. So when are they winning these games?
No, Adrian, you've got the Eels ahead of the West Tigers. You got the Eels ahead
Yeah,
of the West
I've got
Tigers.
I got the Tigers falling off a cliff.
Not as much as Adrian does.
Um,
He has the Eels catching them.
The Tigers are in free fall.
No, we'll get to the
Okay,
Tigers.
yeah.
The Tigers are
Look, I think Penrith win it, and we were both 44 points, weren't we?
No, it was
Adrian
46.
was 46.
You were
went
at
higher.
46.
Yeah.
Can't remember what. No, I had a bit of an upset loss for Penrith, but I can't remember what game it was. I think the Sharks and the Roosters end up second and third.
So you
For an-
guys both have the Dolphins winning 6 of their last 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys live in fantasy land. That's not happening.
Well, they won 8 in a row, so why wouldn't it?
Because they don't have their halfback and they just lost
He's-
60-0
he's-
6-0 to the Sharks.
No, they won this weekend, and he's back, and they looked a lot better this weekend. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
I think the Cowboys, you just said you don't know what you get.
Do you know what? I can't wait for us to look back when the season's over. We all look at this and go, wrong.
I think it's interesting that Adrian and I basically picked the same top 8, right? Look, Sharks, Roosters, I think they'll come second and third. Which order will depend on for and against. The Warriors will round out the the 4. Dolphins, in my predictor, could actually, based on for and against,
They could get 4th.
could get 4th, but the Warriors for and against is far superior. I think they're on 200 and something, and
Dolphins
the
on
Dolphins on
70.
50, 60,
Yeah.
70, yeah. So it'd be very
Gap
unlikely.
to the Knights.
I think the Knights will get a home final. They'll play the Cowboys, which Adrian and I have the same. And then I think the Rabbitohs will go out round 1 against the Dolphins. Storm will just miss out. Just miss out.
Storm just missing out. All right, so let's go to what the AI model predicted based on its predictions of the points, and it's gone to decimal points. So it's gone based on what it thinks the team.
So it's picked the same top 8 as us.
and it has picked the same top 8 as you, but it's not like in Melbourne Storm anywhere near as much as you.
Well,
Guys.
it's not like in the Sharks soft draw.
Well, it is because if you look at it,
But they say, are they saying
they're close.
They're close.
They're close to the Warriors, Roosters, and Sharks.
But you're saying the Roosters and the Warriors draw.
like
must
if
be
you round
soft.
all of them, they're
Yeah,
all
they're
on
the same
38 points.
Yeah.
No, Warriors on 39.
39.
The Warriors on 39. So, yeah, they draw.
See, Cowboys and Newcastle is tight, so anyone could get that home final.
Yeah, but it also thinks that the gap between the Rabbitohs and the Seagulls is 2 points, or almost 2 points. So therefore, that would seem to indicate that I think the top 8 might be done.
Isn't it funny, though? You look at it and you start going, Seagulls. If this is the top 8 at the end of the season, you go Seagulls failed season, Bulldogs failed season, Raiders fail season.
Well, anyone who's outside the top 8 is a failed season.
Well, no, because you could say, Parramatta have regressed, but no one expected them to make the top 8 except I did the start of the season like an idiot. Titans, no. Dragons, no. Nobody thought Newcastle would make the 8. Nobody thought Cowboys would make the 8. Dolphins, people were pretty high on, weren't they, at the start of the season? No, but some people were as well. Yeah.
I wasn't.
No, Dolphins weren't. They weren't.
No.
I was because I'm a fan. I think you look at that Storm are the ones that, obviously everyone goes they should have been a lock.
Storm, Broncos, Raiders.
Broncos are the biggest disappointment of the lot.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a question for you. How does the NRL feel about this as a top 8?
I think they like it.
Really? Why?
Because Dolphins they're the new club, so that to get immediate success in the final so early on is a great publicity.
So they like the Dolphins?
Yeah, because it's publicity for PNG and the Bears. Like, if you can turn it around in a few seasons and play competitive football.
They can't be happy. They must.
NRL are the broadcasters.
That's a good question.
Well, we'll get to the broadcasters in a second. That's what I was going to ask you. So, Tim, broadcasters. They want the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's too many New South Wales teams.
Without the Broncos, the broadcasters aren't happy.
Yeah. Too many New South Wales teams in there for broadcasters. But if you're
they probably don't love the Warriors either.
No, they hate the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the NRL will be happy with the Warriors.
The NRL are happy with the Warriors because they do an agreement with who was
Sky TV or whatever.
Sky, but it's changing for the next right still.
No, it's Sky again.
No, they got a different name.
One or I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
they got bought out. They got bought out.
Yeah. But
why wouldn't the NRL not be happy with it? It's pretty good. Your fan bases are good. Panthers,
I think they want
Warriors,
it to turn over.
Yeah, I think
they would much prefer to have Dragons, Titans, Eels, West Tigers, Rabbitohs, Knights, and Cowboys in there. That would make their day.
No,
they want
not
it
the
to turn
Cowboys,
over.
mate. It'd be Dragons, Tigers, Bronx, Storm.
No, but if you're the NRL, you've got 2 Queensland teams in there, which is perfect.
Yep.
You got Newcastle, which is Rugby League Heartland. You got Souths, Roosters, Sharks.
It's the wrong Queensland team, mate. Like you want
the
the
Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah, but
it's significantly different.
they could still make it.
That's true. All right. Who do you think will make the top 8? Let us know in the comments. Are we completely wrong? Is the model wrong? Do you think we've got it right? In which case, my commentary at the start of the season, the NRL season, should just be 20 rounds rather than 27. Because
are we going to revisit our round 1 picks?
We have to go
I think
back
we
and
should.
watch. We should. Yeah.
I think we have to, don't we? Because
That'll be
Parramatta's going to be my egg on my face.
Mine was Bulldogs.
I think I've got it
Raiders,
perfect.
A few
See, Bulldog Canterbury I tipped against.
Raiders
But
failed.
Parramatta I was quite bullish on.
That'll be
I thought the West Tigers were coming.
yeah, you were West Tigers.
and the minor premiership for the Sharks.
Minor premiership. For the
I think
Sharks.
that's a year in review. Where
Yeah,
we
we'll
go
do
through
a
all our
year-
predictions.
yeah,
Who was
we'll
right
do
and
that,
wrong.
yeah.
We'll do a year in
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
All right. On the weekend, the Sharkies beat the Knights in a match where the Sharks somehow almost bottled it, despite the fact looking far more dominant. The Knights are very good early. The dropping of, or the not catching of the balls, Adrian, for the Sharks was the big one for me, and also the taking of the 2. And Ponga's kicking. What's your reaction to the Knights loss?
I actually, to be fair, I was very disappointed, which is why the chat was quiet till the next day. And you even tried to call me on Friday night, and I was like, "No, I need to mentalize it. Can't mentalize it myself."
I thought you were still watching.
No, I watched it on delay because I'm a little girl. I thought we played really well at the beginning, and then I think we fell away, and then you started dominating the game. I think if Ponga kicks those goals, it would be a win that would propel us into the top 4, probably. Do you know what I like about it, though? Years gone by, we just wouldn't compete in those games. We would start to lose momentum. We would get points scored against us, and we'd go away from the things that worked. We just kept trying, and that's a good thing. So I think I'm disappointed. It's better that most of the teams in the top 8 lost as well. So they helped us a lot.
Yeah, but
And
the
I
top
think
four slipped now.
It
isn't
did, but I think to Tim's point, it makes us desperate for a game at home against the Roosters, and we need to be desperate. We need to. I think that's our second or third loss in a row. We've got to get back on the winners list, and I think this weekend we need to make a big start. The good thing is for our for and against, we're only losing by 2 points here, 2 points there.
Yeah, so the losses aren't.
So they're not drastic,
desperate.
but we need to start getting desperate because if we lose this weekend to the Roosters, our draw's not easy.
The problem is
We
if
can
you
struggle.
lose this weekend, the confidence starts to
Correct.
disappear. Yeah.
And it's a game at home.
Which you shouldn't have yet because you've been close. And to be fair, I thought you should have won the Sharks game. You scored more tries, etc. But I do have you beating us this weekend.
Let's hope so.
Well, we'll get to the Roosters in a second. I tell you what, Nico Hines goal kicking.
Not bad.
He's just suddenly the best goal kicker in the league. He's better than your boy, Sam. He's on 18 in a row.
No, I think I would say the two best goal kickers are Nathan Cleary and what's his name for the Dolphins?
Yeah, Sarko.
Osako, amazing goal kicker. Automatic 2 points. But Nico's
pretty good.
The nice thing about if you're a Sharks fan is Nico, he's playing like well. He's not playing amazing, but he's doing all the right things like outside the game as
Trindle's
well.
become the 7. Hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nico got the fan vote on the weekend on our show. Highest fan vote that anyone's ever
Just for the
got.
goal kicking.
Well, the goal kicking won us a game.
True. Well, no, goal kicking, Ponga won you the game, but not kicking the goals.
Yeah, but
And
Nico got them from the
The
sideline.
worry with Ponga is not last year, maybe the year before, he had the ips with his kicking, and we were like, should he really be the goal kicker? Because you need to start going up by 6s, not 4s. And then,
Oh, yeah, they're not going up. So
And then
It's
he
a problem with Manly at the moment.
yeah, and then he got better last year, and then he's put a lot of effort into it. But obviously, he struggled on the weekend.
yeah, there was some shocking non-taking to the twos.
Correct.
Let's move on to the Roosters, the genuine premiership contenders, with some circles having them equal favourites with the Panthers. Tim, I think that just seems a bit.
Where does that come from?
I reckon there's one
saw
bookmaker that's got them all.
I
something
saw a
like that.
few headlines going around. The Roosters, the smoky premiership favourite.
Yeah, it's just interesting after that performance that would be the rhetoric and the conversation that comes.
Well, talk to us
comes
about
out of
that
it.
performance.
Look, I think a lot of people would look at it and go, poor performance, playing an understrength Melbourne, and you're at home, and you didn't do very well. I look at it kind of like the Brisbane game, and I said it at the time. That Brisbane game, I was really proud of our defence, and I thought I was really proud of our defence again in that Melbourne game. Melbourne and Melbourne, and you don't know, even without their players, you don't know whether they're still a good or a bad performance. And, we just grinded away. We weren't executing. We weren't on a game, but we got the job done. And we don't beat Melbourne very often. So I thought it was a good win. The boys know what they did wrong, and, they'll move on and let's see what happens. But it was in the wet, The wet's a great equaliser. So
I'm high on the Roosters. I think we chatted about this weeks ago where we thought they're the only team that could probably beat Penrith on the pod.
That's what we thought then.
Yeah, I still think now that's the case.
what made you more confident about that?
Because you're winning games where you're not playing great, but you're still winning. And like your defense is it's not leaking. It's
Our
staying
defense is
solid.
good. And that's what excites me about us. Is
And
our
you've
defense
got
is good,
players-
with the exception of that Dolphins game where we
Yeah,
had a million
correct.
plays out.
Correct.
But our defense has been the best in the competition for the last 8-9 weeks. And that wins your comps.
And you got star players, and your outside backs are phenomenal. My only slight worry for the Roosters is I'm still not sold on the Cherry Evans Sam Walker combo, and I think it could get you undone in the final.
Yeah,
I got one.
But if our defense is good, man, that doesn't matter.
So last year's semi-finals, I got one for you. Superstar players on teams. If you look at last year's semi-finals, right? Sharks beat the Raiders because Nico was better than whoever the Raiders put up.
Yeah.
Sharks go and play the Storm.
Storm better.
Storm are better. Munster's better than Nico.
Yeah, it's your star
You
players.
flip to the other side. Reece Walsh is better than Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
When the Broncos get to the end,
Yeah.
Reece Walsh is better.
Same with the
than-
grand final.
Same, the grand final, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same issue for the Sharks again. The Sharks are going to come up against the Panthers. They don't have the players to beat them. They might have the players to beat the Roosters, but they don't really. Every time the Sharks have played the Roosters, when Tedesco was on, he's just better.
Yeah.
And to your point on the weekend, right, when the Sharks played the Knights, The only reason the Sharks really beat the Knights is because Ponga missed the goals and Nico kicked the goals.
Yeah.
Who was the best player on the field?
That's the thing. Callum Ponga.
Ponga was clearly the best player on the field.
Yeah.
So swinging it back to Tim's Roosters, I think the Roosters might be the only team that have got the cattle,
Power.
the star power to take it.
Well, look, on their day in the grand final,
They might be able to
the thing
do
is with Sam Walker, and he's the guy. It's not Cherry Evans.
No, it's Teddy for me.
It's Teddy, mate.
It's
Teddy.
It's Sam Walker. Sam Walker is the guy that can get us 18 to 24 points.
No.
Look at what he did in Origin 1 and 2.
Yeah, but they lost.
He plays
Origin
that
3.
Exactly. Got hammered in game 3.
Look at what he did in Origin 1 and 2. If he can do that, in the
True,
grand
you're right. If
final,
he can do that, so that's the point. You got Sam Walker. You've also got gun wingers.
Correct.
well,
Marky
Marky Mark is, it could be 12 to 18 points on his own.
Correct.
Tupou can be 12 points on his own.
But you know what? Teddy sets the tone for your team. If Teddy's on, the whole team goes. He's a leader of
most
men.
of the players, though. If Ponga plays well, the Knights play well. And
Yeah,
if
but-
Brayley plays well, the Sharks play well.
But to be fair, I think Teddy's like support play.
I disagree. I think
It's phenomenal.
where we are best is when our outside backs making meters from the back,
and you're
well, that's
and Fahu White
down the
and
middle.
Lindsay Collins and
Lindsay Collins, Lenu, when they're making meters, that's when we start to look good. And we play that power game, and I'd love to see us start doing that outside inside ball again between Teddy and
See that game,
Sammy.
Roosters Penrith. Pencil that in, people. That'll be a cracker.
It'll be very.
It'll be iron sharpening iron.
I
trust me.
put us down for a loss, but quietly.
Yeah, but Timmy put your team down for a loss. against
Quietly,
the
I
Titans.
actually think we'll win.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, let's move on to another team that has lost their star player, Turbo Trebojevic, down again. Was it a different hamstring this time? Is that right, Adrian?
I don't know if it's a different hamstring.
Yeah, I understand it's
It is a different
hamstring,
hamstring, but the poor bugger is injury prone. His hammies just
Should
can't.
they just save him for the finals and hope that they finish 8th and then he could put a run together and
no,
not play?
I think you need your best players on the field. I honestly think,
But he always gets
the
injured.
call's got to be made next year, and it's got to be a bold call. Do they put him in the centers like he played in Origin? Because his body now cannot hold up to the rigor and the pace of the NRL. It doesn't.
No, but center's even worse because you got to be up and back, up and back, up and back. I think that puts more strain on your body.
Not as much bursting as what a fullback is.
Still
Should
burst.
play him as a winger then.
They could play him as winger,
Yeah, maybe wing or
but they got to
He might make the Origin team then.
He probably still would if he's scoring tries on the wing or the center.
Can I just say that performance though? You know, I watched that game at length, and there was two teams that really disappointed me this weekend: Manly and the
Tigers
Cowboys.
and Tigers.
No,
Tigers. I expected that.
Get to them in a
performance.
minute.
Yeah, Tigers. I expected that.
Your
Performance.
Tigers.
They're gone. They're useless. But the thing is with Manly and the Cowboys, they can beat anyone on their day. And I thought both of their defenses were absolutely atrocious. There was, I think it was Former. How do you say it? Both Former.
Both former.
Both Former. There was a try that he scored, mate. Even I could have run through the gap. It was that big.
I don't know about that. But
No, mate. No, genuinely. No, there's no hyperbole on that.
what
no,
speed were you running at?
no mayo, no hyperbole. I could have literally hit that gap and gone through.
We want to see AI recreate that when you run through the gap.
I'm telling you right now. Even no. There's no BS. I would have scored it myself.
Get it in the
And-
comments.
and-
Do you think Tim could have scored that try?
Okay. Well,
And what pace does he need to run at to get through?
when you watch the replay, you'll see exactly what I mean. Your daughter Evie could have run through it.
She's quicker than you, so she probably can.
Might not catch the
smash
ball. Might not catch the ball.
Tell her to run at me.
I'm actually worried for Manly because I think,
Yeah.
I think it's a disaster for them.
and their FOS signing so quickly, it's a disaster.
Look, I've been thinking about this one all week because I knew we were coming on here.
Kills their vibes.
And, you know, I remember when Freddie took over the Roosters many moons ago and they went on a massive run and you kind of go, yeah, it's the old club legend and
It's
energy.
It's
It's
How did
sort
that
of-
work out?
It's a sugar hit.
No, Boldo, hear me out. You start to go, now Foz needs to coach.
He can't coach.
And can he coach?
Nah.
And
Well,
I
find out.
don't know yet. Look, we're judging it on 2 losses. Look, to be fair, the Titans only lost by 6. So
If you'd have said to Manly fans and the Manly board when they sacked old mate, you're going to be competitive this season and you'll just miss out on the top 8. Do you reckon they happy with that?
Nah. I'll ask you
Even
this.
before Fosball,
I think based on where Seabolt was taking him, yeah.
I think they are happy with that.
You reckon they're happy with that? Manly? No
Where
chance.
they were, yeah,
They were
absolutely.
They were 3-0, weren't they?
Well, the start of the
They
season.
hadn't won a match.
They'd
with
lost
under
2
Seabolt.
or 3, wasn't it?
2 or 3. Yeah.
No, it was 3 or 4 or no.
No, it's
Three.
3.
It's 2
They
or
lost,
3,
they
not
lost
3 or
two-
4.
They lost 2 at home.
Wasn't
That's why
3 or
they-
Yeah,
4.
because no,
As close to
they didn't. They lost 3 at home because they lost to the Roosters. It was 4-0.
Oh, they lost to Canberra, Roosters, and Newcastle.
Correct.
It's 3 in a row.
So it might have been 3 home matches in a
It was
row.
three
No,
home
so but they
matches.
lost 4.
First time in
4-0.
their history.
Yeah,
I think
right.
it was.
Yeah, they were 4-0.
I still think it's a disappointing season. Their roster's good.
Well, based on where they
Their
were,
roster's good.
but you can't win if your top guys get injured. Broncos have shown that,
Yeah, fair.
and the Storm are showing that now.
Look, it's jury's out on Foz. I don't want to look. I actually quite like the guy.
All right, so he
And I-
says, "Hey
and
Tim, how do the Roosters do if Sam Walker and Tedesco are both injured?"
yeah, not that great.
Done.
Who's been out for Manly? Turbo and
Turbo. That's it. They got one goal.
No,
said
they
Sam
didn't know.
Walker and
They
Teddy.
didn't know.
Yeah, but
no,
my point is,
But they were missing. But they were also missing Olakuatu and Kula.
Yeah, but
for
Roosters have
Origin.
actually got 2 good players.
True,
Manly
true,
have
true.
just got one.
True.
Mm.
True. I reckon it's going to be interesting because if Manly don't make the 8 and if they start to struggle again next year, the jury's going to be out about the signing of Foz. That club will not go 2 straight seasons
I'm
without making the finals.
I'm confident that Foz will get the best out of them.
He's a good fella, but
You just hate
I got
everyone.
a
You
feeling
just
he's
think
going to be a
everyone's
good
gonna get
coach. He's had the bad rub of the green.
You just think everyone's going to get sacked.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
a huge
sack the-
fan of Manly.
sack
Like,
Hannay.
it's Newcastle's rival. Come on.
Let's actually just pull up this.
I don't think you should sack Hannah. I
Let's
think
just
Hannah's
pull
done
up.
a good job.
Let's just pull up this top 8 list again, right? And just say, all right, well, do you think the Dragons coach is good, Adrian?
I think they've re-signed him, and I agree with that because their
They came
performance.
last.
No, but their performance. You mean Dean Young?
Yes.
He's taken over mid-season.
So did Foran.
Yeah, but
The Foran's
No.
team was making it.
I actually
So you're
think-
saying Foran's crap and Dean Young.
think about
That is ridiculous.
Think about how
That
bad
is-
the Dragons were.
Nah, it's
Under
ridiculous.
Slano, they were abysmal.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Massive improvement under Dean Young.
Okay,
Huge
so you
improvement.
think Dean Young's good? What about Josh Hannay? Does he stay?
Yes.
Okay, what about Riles for Eels?
Nah.
He's no good. What,
Nah.
what about
Oh, here we
Benji?
go, you
What
know.
about Benji?
Nah. Benji gone.
Benji gone. What about Madge for
Keep
the
him,
Broncos?
keep him.
You're going to keep him?
Yep.
All right. What
He
about
won a comp last year.
what about Ricky for the Raiders?
No one's getting rid of Ricky at the
Okay.
Raiders.
What about the Storm?
Nah.
You keeping Bellamy?
Yeah.
What about
Serrato? Gone.
All right. And what about Fosball for Seagulls?
It stays this year, struggles next
And
year.
then what
gone.
about Peyton? Even if he makes the top 8.
Nah, he'll be fine. Peyton's
All
good.
right, Tim. How ridiculous is Adrian's comments on
Not
the
that
coaches?
too
There?
ridiculous.
Uh,
Do you think Dean Young's improved the Dragons?
he has now, but Ben Hormy's going there, so it doesn't.
No,
matter.
they signed Dean Young.
Oh, they have.
Yeah,
They've
it's
announced that,
done,
right?
yeah.
I
2
didn't see
years.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad because they were talking about Ben Hornby. That was all the inside mail. So I think he deserves it. They're
Yeah.
playing a lot better. The young boys are playing well. And I actually have I think I've got them winning 4 games, unlike you, Adrian.
Going on a
Um,
tear. They're going to play free football like
I
the
think-
Broncos.
I think-
Hold on. So who you say? Hold on. Let's go through. So do you think
I think
Dean Young's good? What about Hannay?
I think Josh Hannay is actually doing a good job with the Titans.
What about Riles?
Yeah, I think Riles deserves 1 more year.
Benji?
Benji gone.
Madge?
Madge gone.
Ricky?
Ricky always got to stay because he's
Yep.
a Raiders legend.
Bellamy?
Well, it's Bellamy. Come on.
Geraldo?
I think Serrato gets 1 more year, but he needs to prove himself. But look, the one thing I'll say about Canterbury, and I was a bit torn about a few of the games when I was tipping them, they are tinkering and making things better. Whereas a few of the other teams that have struggled haven't really done anything to say that they'd be improving. He's sort of done it in the year. So there's enough that says that he's tactically quite good. Can you bring that up so it's bigger again, please?
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Who else we got then? So look, I think Serrato stays. Foz will stay.
They're in the top 8 teams.
Peyton, I think he's gone if Cowboys
Go out in week 1.
go out in week 1. Yeah.
Didn't they just resign him though?
Well, I think
Yeah, they
I
did.
think their squad is no. They might have made, but you know what? The contract's worth nothing. I think honestly that the squad that they've got, they're just not performing
This
where
one.
they should be. Rabbits, obviously Wayne's not going. Knights.
Oh, they're not going to sack anyone above that.
O'Brien's done a what's his name? Sorry, not O'Brien. What's his name? What's your coach's name?
Who? Holbrook,
Justin Holbrook.
He's going to do a good job.
Yeah, Holbrook's doing a great job.
coach of the year.
Yeah, they're not. We're clearly none of those. None of the
Finn's
rest of
fine,
those.
Sharks fine, Roosters fine.
None of the
yeah.
rest of those are getting
Yeah.
sacked, are they?
Who do you think will get sacked?
Oh God, I'm going to have to pull it back up. All right, hold on. I think
I know who you're going to say.
I-
You'll say Madge.
I would say Riles, and I would say Madge,
Yeah.
and I would say Bellamy.
Belly.
Yep, I reckon Bellamy will exit at the end.
No. Sacked or exit? On his own
Exit.
accord. Yeah,
He
that's
exit.
very, very
Mutual agreement.
Mutual. No, he'll exit.
He will because obviously he's got his health issues.
Yeah, he'll call it a day.
I
It wouldn't
reckon-
surprise me if
but-
Gould
but-
also sacked Sheraldo.
I
but
agree.
can I just say, Bellamy leaving with a Melbourne team that hasn't performed, and
Doesn't make any difference.
hear me out. What I'm going to say here, mate.
Yeah.
And for medical reasons, isn't the way I would like to see such a champion go out of the league.
I just don't think
He's
my point
the
on
best coach of all
my
time.
point on it doesn't make any difference is it doesn't make any difference to his legacy how his team's done this season.
No, I agree.
Doesn't make any
He's the
difference.
best coach of all time.
Yeah,
and
I was agreeing with you, but presenting it in an adversarial form.
I would say Ivan Cleary is probably the best coach of all time.
no,
I wouldn't say Bellyache.
no,
I think Belly goes
Bellyache.
one more year, and guess what happens next year? Billy is in the coach's booth, and it is a
wasn't
transition.
Jack
Well,
Gibson.
aren't they looking at
No,
getting sold though?
Off season, we're going to
Yeah.
come back to the greatest
Okay,
coach.
okay,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So during the week, goodness me, the Tigers got pumped again. There's all the chat around Luai and going to the damn Seagulls and all that.
No, he's got
to the Eels.
Eels.
I think Benji had to get rid of him.
Is because there's been a lot of debate in the media. What are your thoughts on Luai going to Parramatta? Good signing for Parramatta? Or
I
bad
think it's a
signing?
great signing. We were chatting about it last week, off air maybe.
Great signing.
We think it's great because him and Moses have played in Origin together. It gives the Parramatta another year for their young halves to develop. They're getting him at a cut price, so their salary cap's still good.
Yeah,
And-
they're getting him for 700 instead of 1.2.
And if those young forwards have got a good fullback, they've got a good 9, if they can all start click, they will go deep in the finals. Like if they're healthy, they could really give it a shake.
I could not believe the negativity around the signing. I think it's a
From who, though?
wonderful, mate. All in the media.
Who?
Nathan Highmaster's going, oh, why do we need someone for a year? Blah blah blah. Matty Johns put it perfectly, and I don't like to quote Matty too often, but he said, losing's a habit, and you don't want those young kids that are coming through losing too often. And he will help
Amos
them.
Roberts was brilliant for what was it, Panthers for one season or Roosters or whatever it
Oh
was.
mate, there's so many examples. Luai is going to be great for them. He's a really good footballer.
I think it's. I actually think about all the publicity, and I feel like the person who's come out of this looking the best is Luai. Like I think he's handled himself really well.
I think him and Benji did, to be fair.
No, I don't think Benji has at all. I think Luai's come out of it. He's been
No,
straight
he's a
down-
bit dastardly.
No,
Luai.
I think Luai's fine with it. I think he's very direct. I think he's
No, but leaving for PNG and leaving the Tigers high and dry is a bit dastardly.
yeah, but they were happy for him to leave. They
No.
as soon as he signed, they were like, "Yeah, we agree." We had a really emotional conversation.
That was just them playing
I
happy.
think when Tim and I were chatting about this today, I feel like the Tigers are now using Luai as the excuse for their poor season,
Yeah.
which I think
He
it
is the reason
No,
for
their
he's
poor
not
season.
just the reason.
No,
he's
he is.
not.
They were good, and then
Benji-
I'm
Benji-
telling you right now, they would end up in the exact same position
were
they are right
fourth
now.
until this happened.
Benji can't
No,
coach.
they
and
were fourth.
he acts like Wayne Bennett in press conferences. Sorry,
No,
mate.
he's
You've
good.
got to win some actual
Dewey got injured.
premierships.
Dewey got injured,
No.
and their star guy.
No.
pulled
Dewey
the
was
pin.
important. Yep.
The star guy pulled the pin.
Coruscant was important.
Who's the West Tigers' best player?
Dewey.
Yeah, do it at the moment.
So he got injured. Who's their second best player?
Probably
Luai.
Appy.
Luai.
No, Appy.
Happy.
Abby got injured as well.
Yeah, but their effort on
So
the
the two
weekend.
best players
Their
got
effort on the
injured.
weekend was abysmal.
Yeah, but that's because they're broken now. Because they're
Well, the
they're
coach's
vibes-
job is to fix that.
Well, he can't fix it if they don't want to play.
What for him?
Not at all, because they've guys got out there.
I think,
West Tigers
look,
live. They're like the West Tigers podcasting dudes haven't had a freaking conniption over live about all these different things.
I
They're
think
imploding again.
I think, and they're Basket Capers a football club. I think It's a bold move from Benji. I think good on him. The club have made
Had
the
to do it.
decision. They've backed it. Is he going to be bold enough to drop in the New South Wales Cup?
No, he won't do that.
So then he's not a great coach then, because if he's the biggest problem, Luai, drop in New South Wales Cup.
No, you can't.
I don't think Luai becomes a problem if Benji's a better coach.
Agree.
All right. Well, back to the point of, is it a good signing for Parramatta?
Great signing.
So
Yes.
one thing that if the Tigers were worried about was Jarome Luai stealing their players to go to PNG.
He is.
Well, the thing is, right, he's not going to steal any of the Parramatta players. You know
No.
why? Because none of them are good enough.
They're fullbacks.
They got
are
some
great
good players.
footballers. Yeah.
Jack Medium is the captain of the Eels, the poor old Eels.
I did read though today that is it Finite, one of the brothers, is maybe going to PNG. One of the back rower.
Finu.
So maybe he has gotten in the. Tim and I were chatting about this. I think there's a split in the playing group. I think some players like Benji and a lot of players like Luai probably don't like the fact how Luai's been treated. And I think that is a fractured dressing room. The way they played on the weekend, like they do not care. There's no connection.
Yeah,
There's
that's right.
nothing.
And all it takes is for a couple of percentage
That's it.
points down, and then you
Yeah.
just drop out of it.
Yeah.
So the poor West Tigers, they may not win another game. So they may not also
So
be.
they don't win a game all year. Benji stays or gone?
Benji will stay. He might walk because he's had enough.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Benji's gone if they don't win another game.
I agree.
But Benji's such a good businessman. And good
I'd be
commentator.
surprised. I'd be surprised if Benji last round 5.
He might pull the pin himself.
Some of their performances have been disgraceful the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've also
What?
will last for so long.
That, you know what? That's what Luai said in the press conference. Like, are you proud of
It'll
your
last for
achievement
so
here? And he
long.
was like, well, we've stopped winning wooden spoons, haven't we, since I've been here? And I was like,
They're still
Yeah,
good.
They'll
Good on
last
you.
for so long.
They're
All
still
right,
good.
next, moving on. The Melbourne Storm could become one of the most valuable sporting franchises in Australia. Tim, I signed this one to you. Why do you think the Melbourne Storm might be an attractive or unattractive sporting franchise to purchase?
Yeah, you threw this one on the spot, didn't you, on the way here? So didn't have the most time to think about it. They're currently owned by News Corp.
Yeah.
Them and the Broncos.
Yeah.
It's not a good deal for them selling, if I'm going to be honest. Because News Corp control the papers. They're very influential on the NRL.
why do they want to sell then?
I don't think News Corp should own teams.
I agree.
News Corp would want to sell because they're just trying to.
I don't think Matty John should own any of them.
I agree.
No TV personality
No,
should own.
I don't think Brace should be a commentator.
And I don't think Gould should be in it. That's like
I
a whole
agree.
other
I
segment.
agree.
Okay,
There's
there's
a whole
all
other
there's all these conflicts of interest,
Yeah,
but News Corp
yeah.
have been their owners since 1998, right? News Corp probably want to consolidate their assets. They've obviously sold Foxtel. They're obviously looking at then trying to get out of their NRL teams. Their cash cow is realestate.com.au. Let's face it, it's probably the greatest deal that Lachlan Murdoch's ever done. Actually, nearly any businessman's that he done.
Maybe not anymore with property prices and houses
No,
going.
but
No, it
if
doesn't-
property
doesn't-
prices, it'll actually help them.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
doesn't
because
matter
then
for
people
real estate.
advertise more.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for real estate, mate.
Yeah,
Real
if
estate
people are
is-
just buying houses, then you don't have to advertise.
True.
Look, they'd have to be really careful with who they sell to.
To
You know,
them?
they'd want Melbourne because they want it to be like a Nick Politis or a Russell Crowe that's deeply invested in a club.
So the news is
They can
it's private equity, and the news it's
See, private equity in any business is the worst thing that can happen.
So
you,
New
you
York-
and I
I've-
both, you and I both know that. I mean, I've been in the business that's been taken over by private equity, and all that is strip
200
everything
mil.
out. They kill all
How
the
did you know I was
tops.
typing it in?
200 mil.
Oh, you can see it down
You
here.
can sit down
They
there.
reckon it's 200
200 mil.
Yeah, which means they'll just rip out all the people, they'll cut costs, and they'll try and get it to a point where it's still going almost hopefully as good,
Annual revenue, 40 million.
Mm.
and then they'll try and flog it. That's what private equity do. And if private equity take over it, look forward to the Melbourne Storm being in the bottom 8 for many years.
It was, I think, New York hedge fund, Hong Kong-based hedge fund. It's an interesting situation because I did hear somebody say on the radio, if you're a potential buyer, you want to know who the coach is going to be. Like you want to know if it's not Billy Ake, it's Billy. You want to know all of that before you make any purchase decision.
Yeah, if you think about the share price of a
Correct.
business, the
Yep.
second that they announce a
Yep.
strong CEO or the
Yep.
CEO leaves, their price just
So
immediately
this
tanks.
might speed up the whole belly ache leaving, Billy coming in, because if you're an owner, you want all that button down. And to be fair, they've actually bought some good players next year. They've got Bronson Cherry. They got Asako from the Dolphins, who's a great winger and a great goal kicker. They've actually strengthened their squad a little
If I
bit.
offered you the Brisbane Broncos or Melbourne Storm and the Titans, you get one or two.
Broncos, they're a powerhouse. As
Yeah.
a brand,
Broncos are the
They're
most
amazing.
commercially
They're-
viable
They're
club in the competition.
so dominant.
Yeah, so they're not that. Yeah.
But private equity, yes, they'll care about the coach to some degree, but they're just going to strip costs out of the place and try and flog it in 2 years. That's what they do.
It'll be interesting to
It seems
see.
an odd choice to, yeah. Well, I guess
Does the NRL have
sell it to whoever they
But
want.
that's what private equity does, right?
Correct. Does the NRL can veto it or not? The sale or not?
They'll have to approve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have to prove it.
They'll but
Do you reckon V'landys will care if it's private equity? I don't
God,
think he
no.
will.
no, he'll just let the money, flow through.
Correct. Yeah.
That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be a bad deal for Melbourne. I feel for the
No,
fans.
he'd prefer it was Russell Crowe that pointed.
No, mate.
He's going to
V'landys does not care
Where it comes from.
He doesn't care where it comes from as long as the money's going through.
The only
Yeah, but
thing-
he's not going to want an owner that's going to strip the assets out and try and run a profitable business rather than a passion.
That's exactly what he wants.
You
He
think
wants, he
why?
wants money in the game. Profit is good.
Yeah, but
It's good in his bank balance.
if they're not going to spend as much and invest in the club and then pull money out of it like the Manchester United owners,
True.
then they're not going to like that.
See, I feel like
No.
with Melbourne, because they're in an AFL dominant town, they need to be successful. So if they start
and they need
stripping out
capital.
correct. If they start stripping out costs and they start to underperform, it's gonna be really tough for that fan base in an AFL dominated state.
It's on the board that they could die in 30 years.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It depends on who buys it,
Yeah,
but I agree.
Amazing 80-year-old Bolderman saying,
It
Boldo
could.
was right.
Yeah, it could.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be critical who they replace Bellyache with. Is going to be critical. Like their biggest thing in the last 15, 20 years is who's going to coach.
Tim, would you invest in a group that was buying the Melbourne Storm?
No,
Okay, there's your answer.
no. I think it's much better buy and flip opportunities out there than a football club.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. All right. Well, on the weekend, the NRL officiating certainly made the rounds on our group chat. Adrian, I'll just let you fire off.
Yeah,
How bad is
can
it?
you just tee off, mate? Because I'm going to disagree with whatever you say.
You're going to disagree?
No, I'm going to
I
agree.
agree.
Yeah, for
I'm
once.
over the officiating. I think it has been the worst officiating on record and inconsistencies I have seen with the game. And if the NRL does not admit to the fact that the bunk is making errors, there's no consistency in the rulings on the field. The ones on the weekend, there was, if you look at the Dragons game, I think I said it last week, the teams on the lower of the ladder are copping all the stick. The Titans had the really dodgy calls go against Melbourne.
Is that just confirmation bias?
No, the Dragons on the weekend.
Like, I
against
mean, that they think that they're the crap team, so therefore they just penalise them.
Potentially. But the game on the weekend, there was, I think, 2 or 3.
So it's
incidents-
unconscious bias, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Unconscious bias, you're right.
Yeah.
The Dragons-Warriors game, the Dragons played really bloody well. But there was some absolute horrendous calls.
That
there
escort on
there was an
Val
escort on
Holmes.
Val Holmes, which is a joke, which is at the
Yeah, but the escort rules are.
No, but it was a joke. It was not an
No,
escort.
but this is officiating
Like,
of it.
he literally just turned to go and run to get the ball and bumped into a Warriors player and they're like, escort. There was a blatant forward pass that they didn't pick up against
Mile
the Warriors.
forward for Lieutenant
The game was in the balance. So I think the Warriors were up 4 points when all this happened. And you think about it,
The Dragons could have won.
correct, and you think about the impact on the top four then, it has a huge implication. On the weekend, there was a Roosters head-high tackle. Nate Butcher, literally the player was falling. He went to tackle. His arms just scraped his head, his hair, and they've penalised him on report. I'm like,
on report.
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
On report.
Was it on
no,
report?
no, it was on report.
Thank you.
For a
Touched his
literally-
hair.
Yeah, but sometimes they put them on report so they can justify going back and looking.
it wouldn't have hurt.
But
it would not have hurt a 5-year-old. And yes, it didn't cost us the game. But what a ridiculous
Well, you know how we know
call.
it wouldn't hurt a 5-year-old? Because when Evie's running past you when we do the simulation of the would she be able to run through the gap, that's what'll happen with your tackle because you'll flick her over the head.
Mate, I could put one on Evie's nose and she'd still be born brave than that coward over at Melbourne.
Do you know what it's doing though? And I hate it, but it's making players stay down. To
Yeah, that's
A,
annoying. And which is turning it into
to
the
soccer,
soccer.
which is rugby league was a tough physical game. Now you can see players who were behind the play the ball. If Tim like copped one on the chops, that wasn't, he could not get up and play the ball. They'd be like, Tim.
So why don't they just do
Just
a
stay
segment
down.
on like Hindy just come out and go, yeah, the floppers or the
that
staying
Butcher
down
one,
guys.
Who's staying down? You wouldn't have even felt it.
I
if you were a
agree.
player.
No, I know, but as soon as you get any,
He stayed down too.
correct.
Coward.
As soon as there's any
Absolute
contact to the
coward.
head, and I get they're trying to protect the head, but it's just gone too far, and there's just too many inconsistencies.
Nah, it's just no. It's not only that. It's every call.
Do you know what's going to piss me off? It's going to get to the last 4 rounds, or it's going to be the finals.
Sharks
and
are
the
gonna
way
get
the
done
way they
in the
officiate is going to be completely different to what we saw at the
Yeah,
start of the
the,
season.
the penalties are 6
It's
games.
already different.
No,
the
I know,
di-
but it's going to get
the
even
It's
more.
already different.
The disruptors disappeared all of a sudden.
That
It's all-
6 again rule, they can blow that
What
up.
happened to the disruptor? Is
Joke.
that still
It's
kicking?
just disappeared.
It's gone.
Disruptor's gone. All of a sudden, you can tap the ball back, which fair enough because it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah, they did have tap the balls back on the weekend too with the 2 hands and all that
Yeah,
rubbish.
Well, Saab to Trebojevic for the first.
Yeah,
try
the one in the
of-
Sharks.
I would love to know how many right captain challenges there are this year, because the amount of
It seems like a
errors-
lot more.
Yeah, that
It's not for the
referees are
Sharks.
making.
10 unsuccessful.
Yeah, but maybe you just
Yeah,
do it
but
strategically.
you just got a dumb team.
We do have a dumb team. I track them. And here's the thing, right? As I said on the thing, I can't lose with this because they either get better, in which case I've made them get better, or they continue to be stupid, and I've proven that they're stupid.
I tell you who I saw something randomly. It was on I think it was a news headline. Is Rudolph's a bit of a weird character.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
There was
that's
like
not
something
new
about
news.
he wanted like 1,000 girlfriends,
100.
and he
Yeah.
wanted them all in an open relationship.
I mean, good
Yeah,
on
I
him. He
agree,
could
but I was just
probably
like-
pull it off too. He's a good,
I
good
was
looking
like,
rooster.
Jesus, he's a
There's
bit
a-
of a
there's a very-
oddball.
He's a bit of a horn
There's
dog.
there's a funny a friend of mine was on an online YouTube dating show, and Rudolph was on it.
Oh really?
And there's this quite attractive girl, and she starts talking to Rudolph, and Rudolph says, "Yeah, I've met you already, and you brushed me at the pub. You said you were going to come back, and you didn't. So I'm popping my balloon." He's so good.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
a
brutal.
character, isn't he?
He's absolutely a character.
But
All
look,
right,
let's hope that the refereeing and the officiating does not impact the result in the finals, because I have this really funny
Well-
thought it's going to impact the game, and we're all going to go back and go, "That's a joke."
The interesting thing was Adrian and I, when we were on the car on the way here, we were going, "Who's the best referee?" We can only name 3, let alone who all the rest of them.
Like, I reckon that's so. There's Klein.
Atkins,
Atkins
G
is pretty good.
G's good.
Nah, none of them are good. But Klein, Atkins, G.
Oh God, the Sharks.
Sutton.
fans hate Sutton. Oh, Sutton's.
There's a ginger
Oh,
fella.
so there's Belinda Sharp.
There's Fatty's little son running around.
Nah, Belinda Sharp does the women's and the.
Yeah.
She's a
She don't do the
sideline.
women's.
She's not bad.
She's sideline.
She's quite good.
She's sideline.
She's
Who-
left a match.
Who do you reckon gets grand final? Klein.
Klein.
Which means Penrith win.
The Sharks have got a terrible record with Klein.
So does every team except for Penrith.
Who
So-
has the worst
So
record with
what
Klein?
happens is, so it's Sharks that gets announced. Dan Ganane, commentator, and Ashley Klein is the referee. The Sharks fans are just blowing up. It's like, oh, good.
I'll give you a question. Who would you rather, Ganane or Duke?
Duke.
I'd rather vomit into my own face than listen to Jake Duke.
All right, let us know in the comments.
Sorry, Jakey. You're a good fella.
Let us
By
know in
all
the comments.
accounts.
I think they just need to let Michael Lennis go like wire to wire. Just let him go.
Just
let
get
him
it
do
in
it.
the
line.
Deep into
the line.
Get it in the-
Deep in the line.
All right, it's now time for the hottest segment in all of NRL sports.
Best
entertainment.
commentator is Warren Smith, by the way.
This
I
is
do love him.
upset alert! Upset alert! Don't say we didn't warn you! Upset alert!
It's time for Upset Alert. Hottest segment in all of NRL sports podcasting. Now, we should have had a much better week because we picked a whole bunch of huge upsets. Tim picked the Broncos to beat the Panthers. I picked the Titans to beat the Seagulls.
Did you go back and look at it?
Yeah, I went back and looked.
Oh,
but,
because we were chatting about this
I
today.
picked the Broncos, did I?
but not in the Upset Alert.
Oh. No, I tipped the Titans.
So I
I
picked the Broncos in my
in
tips,
your regular tips.
but not put them in the
I took the Titans in my tips.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of us. had
So who was
successful-
my
We
upset
missed
alert?
all the upsets, right? But we were brilliant on the tips.
I tipped Newcastle to upset. That was disappointing.
Yeah, you picked
Yeah, well, I
Newcastle.
didn't win. So I tipped Brisbane,
You picked Brisbane. No, that was your upset alert.
which would have been clearly the biggest upset of the
Correct.
week.
And then I picked Titans. We got up to Titans. I was like, yeah, Titans. Titans can win that.
What a shocker.
Oh, goodness me. We're going to do better, guys, at holding.
I
a
tell you
record.
what, there. Last week we're going through it and going, "Oh, there's some upsets, good odds." There's a few here.
All right. Well, what have you got? Who's your upset alert? What's your number one upset alert for the week, Adrian?
I'm going to go.
And we're going to talk about that match. We're not going to double talk about matches anymore. So.
I'm going to go upset alert. Manly to beat Cronulla.
Oh, please. Why are Manly going to beat Cronulla? I can tell you why, but go on.
Brookvale, Sunday afternoon. I don't know what the Sharks' record is at Brookie.
shocking.
It's shocking.
All time, it's shocking.
And I think Foz gets a response.
In my ladder predictor, I actually had Manly winning that game.
I
I think it was the only game I had you losing.
they're
between now and
226.
Yeah.
Well, Sharks are short at 160.
yeah, Tim, what's your pick on that match?
I actually not my upset alert, but I actually think Manly will win that.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, look,
Boldo,
Sharks have traditionally not done well against Manly,
but your
but we're going to win.
Wow,
I'm tipping the
okay.
Sharks. Yeah, we're going to win.
margin?
Hey,
12 plus, 13 plus.
13
We're gonna beat
plus.
them.
Do you know-
Yeah, Trebojevic is out. They're not any good. Fozball. Yeah, you just talked about Fozball.
That's why it's an upset alert. It's not a tip.
But you just
That's
said,
not
you
a
just
tip.
said that Fozball.
It's not a tip. It's an upset
It's an
alert.
alert.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's an alert.
Wait
All
until I
right.
tip them as well.
Tim, what's your? No, we're doing the tips at the same time. We won't come
can
back
I
to that.
can I
one.
do two?
Sure.
Sure.
Melbourne over Rabbits.
Okay.
And
What are
I
the odds on that?
Melbourne are 240.
241.
Yeah.
And I actually think Canterbury will beat the Warriors.
Canterbury will beat the Warriors. All right, well, let's talk at Melbourne Rabbits. Hanky, you think Tim's on point there?
No, I think the Rabbits will win that.
I actually don't mind that. I don't think the
I don't
Rabbits are
mind
that
it
good.
either, but they've
I don't think they're good.
Warbrick's gone. Is Munster's out? Is Hughes back or not?
I don't care who's playing for Melbourne. I think they'll beat them.
No, I think Souths win that.
Yeah, and it's tough meeting. If they're missing Hughes and Munster, it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, agree.
It's going to be tough. All right, what's your second one, Tim? Thanks for not leaving me any of the other matches.
No, that's all right.
He did
Canterbury over the Warriors.
Canterbury
over the Warriors. That one is Bulldogs are $2.50 against the Warriors at $1.50.
I think the Warriors get them.
When
Bulldogs have beaten them the last
Canterbury
two
have beaten
times.
the last two times.
Is
yeah.
Crichton back or not? Don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
What happened to Canterbury
But
on the
they-
weekend?
Canterbury on the weekend.
Yeah.
They
The
flogged
Tigers
West.
were terrible though. They were so
And,
bad.
and the week before that, they lost to the Raiders, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. But look, Canterbury coming back into form, and I don't think the Warriors are as good as everyone thinks.
The scoreline would give them confidence. The Bulldogs.
Oh, God. Yeah, fair enough.
And Sean O'Sullivan gave them good balance.
I'm taking a soft option here on
Yeah, I
upset
quite
alert.
like it. Though.
I'm taking
Quite
Cowboys
like
to beat the Broncos at $2.10. Easy upset alert, that one.
Season over for Broncos.
Broncos done. They won't start winning for a couple of weeks.
Nah,
Tim?
Yeah, it depends which Cowboys turn up. to be
I
honest.
think Cowboys will win that.
Yeah, Cowboys. Cowboys can do that. All right. Other matches, we have the Eels versus the Panthers this week.
Panthers.
The Panthers, Tim.
Panthers.
Okay.
Down the sideline bowl.
Down the sideline bowl.
2 weeks in a row.
Yep. Adrian might be a loser again.
Oh,
Means you're gonna
I
be-
was chatting to Tim about this. This has got two feels about it. One, we play really well and we just get over the line against the Roosters, or the Roosters destroy us. It's got two different storylines.
Tim never picks his own team.
I had the Knights in my ladder predictor. I had the Knights winning this game, but I could see a world where the Roosters put 40 on them.
We should keep score on. You've got to tip your own team.
What do you mean?
So I have to tip the Sharks and I get 1 point if I get that match correct. You have to
Oh,
tip
yeah.
the Knights match. That would be an interesting thing to keep score on.
Uh,
So, Tim, you on your Roosters or not?
no, I've got the Knights.
You go on the Knights.
I think they'll be a bit more desperate and they're at home.
Yeah, no, the Roosters are going to win. Sorry, Adrian.
Yeah, no.
The Roosters are better.
Yeah,
The Roosters are better.
I tend to agree.
The Raiders and the West Tigers. Does anyone give the Tigers a chance?
Nah.
Nope.
No, they're done. Bulldogs and Warriors.
Tigers won't win a game for the rest of the year. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
Yeah, they could easily lose every match.
They'll lose every match.
Benji.
Bulldogs and Warriors we talked about.
Yeah.
Dragons and Titans are the last one we need to.
That's pretty almost
this
even
is
money.
a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn on this one. I like the improvement in the Dragons, but also like what the Titans produce in attack this weekend.
I think the Dragons are specials. I think they'll win.
Specials?
Yeah.
What, with the new coach and all that?
I think re-sign Young. They've actually played pretty well. Cogra's a bit of a heartland for them. Titans are good, but I just think the Dragons have improved a lot. So I think they're a special. They're a lock for me. Dragons win.
Nah, Titans are going to win. You're wrong.
Mate.
I'm torn, but I'm going to go
Titans
the
are
Titans.
gonna win.
I'm going to go the Titans because I think they might just be able to.
Titans are going to win.
Dragons are a lock.
much left.
They're my lock.
Whatever. We'll see.
Your lock. Okay.
Hey.
Well, that is Penrith are playing who? And they're your
Eels.
lock.
Eels.
Penrith are playing the Eels.
Mate,
And they're your
Mitch
lock.
Moses could have a blinder.
You're an idiot.
Mitch Moses, I don't even know.
You're an
if he'll make
absolute
the
goose.
field.
We're going to get a bit NRL 360 here. You're an absolute bloody
Oh,
goose.
I tell you what, we've argued a bit tonight.
It's been good. Good debate.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
You watch now Parramatta win.
No.
I might actually have 100 on them.
13 plus.
All right, fellas. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We will see what happens on the Down the Sideline Bowl this weekend.
It's going to get interesting each week now.
Yeah, just getting close. You can feel
Yeah.
the semi-finals
Yeah.
building now, even though the top eight's already set.
Start to feel the tension. It'll start
Feeling a bit of the tension. It'll be one in about 3 or 4 weeks when you start to smell it in the air, the spring air.
Oh, with warm weather.
Oh, you know what else is coming that's going to be annoying and predictable?
What?
Shark Park's not fit to host a semi-final. Ah, bugger off.
I mean, it's gone from next year anyway.
If you make top four and let's say you finish third or fourth and you lose,
They don't get one in week 2.
You don't get one in week 2.
No, because it goes
Allianz.
Yeah, it goes. Yep.
Or a call.
Oh, yep. Oh,
That's
Parramatta.
horrible.
Yeah. That's all.
How do Sharks fans feel about that?
They're a bit split. I actually think the Sharks struggled in 2022 when we lost to the Roosters when Kiri cheated. Sorry, he did. They then turned up to play South the next week and they just weren't ready for the big stadium fields. And Nico and those guys had only played at small stadiums. You've got to play at the big stadiums to just have that experience. And then, it ran out instead of 45, 50,000 people, then they just got completely shell-shocked.
Yeah.
So
I get the commercials going to a bigger stadium to make more revenue.
they just think that it actually provides a better win-loss chance for them. But actually, I don't know if it does.
Yeah, but I think if you want to play at home,
Yeah,
as many games as possible in the
well,
finals.
Luke Keary and the Roosters weren't scared of turning up at Shark
True,
Park, I can
true.
tell you.
True.
Were they, Tim?
Don't know. Apparently we cheated, so maybe we were.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
Yeah, he stayed down or pulled somebody.
Oh,
eyeball
shut up.
or something. Anyway, that was the Down the Sideline podcast. Thanks for joining us. We're live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. You can hear Tim, Adrian, and myself get angry with each other, and we rarely agree, but we all agree that rugby league, greatest game of all. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.